What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Shout out to everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys are awesome. That being said, guys, I have a confession to make. Today, I bought my first Lamborghini. I'm totally kidding, guys. But it is funny though, right? Because it is Lamborghini. All right, so that being said, let's get off this. So for everyone that came out last night, I want to say I hope you guys had a really great time. I had a really fun four-way chat with Crypto Candor, Leo Trades from FUD TV, and the one and only Ready Set Crypto. So if you missed it, you didn't have a chance to get in on that, link in the description, or just go back a day, and there you go. So having a look at the markets today, I always like to do a quick refresh live. 342. So we are still just doing a sideways pattern. We're seeing some really good gains today. EOS up 17.66%. I wonder why that could be. But other than that, guys, yeah, so we're also seeing Bitcoin dominance falling. Money's coming back in. Everything's feeling quite healthy right now. Could we go down? Yes. Could we go up? Yes. Do we have to talk about this every single day? Probably not. So, hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. That being said, let's move on and have a look at these, which is Bitcoin EEN, which I spoke about. So this is Pablo Escobar's brother or something. He came out with a crypto, and it's literally Bitcoin with two eyes. Crazy. I spoke about this. How ridiculous is that? So the funny thing is I saw this on Twitter, and it said new keyboards for altcoin devs. Basically, it's just Control-CV, aka copy, paste, right? I know. We've heard so many claims of, oh, you copied my white paper, and just a little bit of a joke, guys. So let's talk about this. So this article is saying that the basic attention token could actually potentially be responsible for the next upcoming big bull run. Let's dive in and see exactly why this is what they're saying. So they say that the next bull run will be triggered by use cases, mainstream adoption, and in other words, real actual value as opposed to speculation, unlike previously, where it was basically just all hype that was driving projects before. So 2017, we've already kind of dubbed it the year of the white paper, and now 2018 is the year of the MVP, the year of actual use cases. That's exactly what we've been saying along pretty much this whole year. So the CEO of Basic Attention Token says that users are going to roughly earn $224 a year based on today's price for browsing the web and viewing infrequent ads. Not a significant amount of money for most people, but here's the thing. So those earnings can be paid out in either fiat or cryptocurrency and will most likely be processed by Coinbase. Now, this was the whole thing about, could Basic Attention Token be the next token to be listed on Coinbase? Now, I know some people were saying 0x, but there's a good use case for Basic Attention Token as well. Also, realize that a lot of this does come down to Apple's strict guidelines, and what do they consider a reasonable token, right? So there's a lot of that to be addressed as well. Now, most of the users are probably going to choose direct cash, right? However, some of them might be willing to take the risk because essentially it's free money. You're just getting paid for just doing what you do anyway on the internet, except you're getting free Basic Attention Token. So there may be that incentive to hold, okay? Now, if we see the price of Basic Attention Token rise, could that potentially be that catalyst to invite people to actually spend some of their hard-earned cash to then buy some Basic Attention Tokens, right? So for all of this to play out, BAT, Basic Attention Token, will first need to achieve mainstream adoption, but this won't happen until their killer ads, until their killer feature, BAT ads, is released. So potential users. There are entire communities dedicated to earning some extra money online, thousands of YouTube tutorials, hundreds of Facebook groups, and even very active Reddit pages. Once BAT ads get released to the public, it won't even take a month before almost everyone within these communities will be using it. Potentially. We'll see. So could this cause the snowball effect? The awareness as it goes up of the Basic Attention Token, user adoption grows, same thing like what kind of happened with Bitcoin. More advertising money flows into the system, meaning the prices go up even faster, giving investors even less incentive to sell, further reducing the actual circulating supply, causing the price of BAT to quickly get out of control, bringing out the speculative investors and creating a snowball effect. This will cause the entire market to quickly rise past its previous high while putting cryptocurrencies back into the media spotlight and grabbing the attention of fresh investors, potentially causing the next big bull run. So this is just an opinion. It's just an article from Polar Chain, but I wanted to see what you guys thought about it. Do you guys think that basic attention token could be that token, that catalyst to really drive mainstream adoption focused back into blockchain, especially with the Brave browser? What do you guys think? Had to talk about that. Don't want to harp on it all day. Moving on to some other things. Now, I did want to talk about EOS as well. So expect free giveaways. Okay, so basically we're talking crypto candy. So if you registered your EOS, which it's over, it's done with, you had a whole year to do it. You had a whole year to do it, okay? You will be airdropped 17 upcoming tokens, essentially. Most EOS holders will find that they have a bunch of tokens with real-world value, since loads of startups are planning to jumpstart their effort by gifting tokens to EOS users. So basically, after this whole mainnet swap and all that's done with, there's going to be a whole bunch of airdrops, which could potentially have a lot to be doing with why the price is going up right now as well. People are realizing that, but we have to see how that's going to work out. I'm not 100% sure if you had to be registered first. I think you did. So, but that is something to look forward to as well. That may have a lot to do with why the price is going up. Now, here's another problem that was going on today. So we had a little bit of an issue with Lisk. As you can see right here, there were a few people kind of complaining about the network, what was going on with it. So there was an official statement from Lisk, and this is what they had to say. This is directly from the source, guys. As many of you are aware, we are experiencing an issue on the Lisk mainnet right now. It stems from a malformed transaction not being properly validated, rejected. This is resulting in transactions no longer being processed and empty or nearly empty blocks being created from here on out. We're working out a solution discussion around what is happening in the network on Lisk. Chat with the community and delegates. We're also in touch with a number of exchanges. They said as a result, this will include an upcoming 0.9.15 release, and node operators will have to rebuild. We'll keep you updated as this develops. So they are currently working on fixing it. So just to let you guys know, they're working, they're aware of it, and the problem is definitely being taken care of as we speak. So that is that news. Not going to talk too much about this, guys, but yesterday we had Visa card payments failing in the UK, Europe, highlighting need for decentralized operations. Now, Visa did come out. They did apologize. They said they were sorry. Okay, they said everything's fine. Everything's back online. But it does kind of make you wonder. We put so much faith into these centralized systems, right? Payment cards, debit cards, credit cards, right? Apple Pay, things of that nature. So what happens if the system goes offline? Imagine if you don't have any cash on you. You don't have any cryptocurrency on you. You only have your money in a bank, and you have this one bank card. You're going out on a night on the town, and suddenly you can't do anything because the system's broken, right? So this does tend to create that kind of interest into cryptocurrencies. And the Crypto Lark, actually, he had a pretty cool,
I want to make a short video for you guys
pretty cool tweet
about what's going on right now in Europe, across the UK and across different European countries right now. The Visa network is down. We're having serious troubles anyway. And so what's happening, we see a situation where people are going to buy things and they simply can't buy things because they're planning on using their credit cards.
So anyway, he goes on to kind of talk about the need for cryptocurrency and how it's a potential better solution. So shout out to you, Crypto Lark. I really appreciated that video. But yeah, it does suck when you think about that. I mean, we put so much of our time into these, you know, our not even our time, but our trust, right, into these centralized products. And then they don't work, you're screwed, right? So that's another reason why I think cryptocurrency is very important moving forward. Now, here's an article that came out. So Bitmain is actually getting a little bit of criticism from their new ASIC miners that came out. So they're saying that the AntMiner B3, they're saying you need to kind of have a little bit more quality control, Bitmain. So tests by some miners said that the AntMiner B3 can only produce 500 to 600 hashes per second, whereas they were initially claiming it could do 750. So that kind of upset people right out of the gate. And then in this other story, you're finding that people are actually finding some of these miners with caked dust on top of them. So you have Zuko Wilcox from Zcash saying that Bitmain distributed basically miners that had dust caked onto them, suggesting that they were maybe used before they got sent out. So someone privately sent me these allegations in Chinese, he said, that Bitmain sold some miners as as new that arrived cake with dust, along with Bitmain's response. The communication gap between the West and China makes it hard to disentangle this, he said. But they said in a response, the Bitmain team explained that it was verified that it was in the internal department on several occasions and found that it was 100 ASIC miners that had minor issues. Bitmain emphasized that the issue was minor given that it ships around 10,000 units per batch and roughly only 1% had a problem. So among the right defenders, some are refunded after the investigation. So it looks like they are trying to resolve it. They're taking care of it. So it's really nice to have a news story, report it, and then have it completely resolved by the end. So yeah, they realize they might have made a mistake. They're definitely working on, compensating and figuring out where they went wrong and how they can make it up to the miners that received these less than desirable ASIC miners. So kudos to you guys. It's really awesome that you're fixing that problem straight out of the gate. So there was a little bit of a situation happening over with Perl. So they had their community vote to get listed on Haydax, which is kind of like the child or sister partner to Huobi, however you want to word it. So basically their big issue comes from, they said that they were torn by how the management team dealt with it. Essentially, they were supposed to send them the equivalent of 500,000 Huobi tokens, roughly $2.15 million in their currency. To put it into perspective, instead of sending over 4 million Perl as a reimbursement deposit that would slowly return, back to them over time, instead they would be forced to sell the same roughly 4 million Perl onto the market in order to raise funds for Huobi. So they're having a little bit of issues with this because they're saying that if they do this, it may indirectly cause significant negative price pressure. And so they say they might potentially pass on the listing opportunity. They're going over a few different things right now, but essentially they're reaching out to the community. They want the community to kind of help them decide what they should do, because they say that the community is the most important thing. So I'll definitely leave a link in the description if you are a Oyster supporter, if you own Perl and Shell and all those things, and you care about this, then you want to talk to these guys. They're willing to reach out to the community, so definitely get involved with that as well. You also have Vechain collaborating with Slowmist and other private firms. So they said that at Vechain, they take their security very seriously and have placed the highest priority upon it. Some of these companies that they are currently getting involved with include Secureware, Hosho, Slowmist, and Hackenproof. So there you go. There's just more partnerships. I have to say, it's almost like I'm getting tired of it, because I'll never get tired of a great project. But the way that Vechain is cranking out partnerships is honestly like something I have never seen. I have never seen a project just bang, bang, bang partnership. So congratulations, Vechain, for being an excellent shining example of how to get things done. So now we also talk about Enjin. So the Enjin actually is, they're having Infinity update, all right, the Enjin wallet. Now let's talk a little bit about some of these features. So there's all different kinds of security features, but I wanted to talk about some of the ones that really jumped out to me specifically. So you're going to be able to create, import, and track a bunch of different cryptos, obviously ERC20s, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Enjin token, obviously. But let's talk about some of the other things that I found really awesome with this. So they've implemented Swipe, which is a handy feature. Now you can quickly swipe left on a token or coin in the main list, and then you can quickly reveal links to how to quickly send and receive. You also have, for gamers, it says gamers might take advantage of this particular feature, which I'm about to talk about, to segment their wallets based on the game. So example, you could have one wallet for MMOs, you could have one for MOBAs, or in a similar way as traders to split gaming items into as they want into different things to trade. You could also have it in a virtual galaxy as well. Another convenient feature is that you'll be able to instantly view your hardware wallet balance and transactions any place, anytime with a fast fingerprint login verification. That's really awesome as well, guys. So there's just so much coming out over here. Also, you can sweep your Bitcoin, which means if you gave your private key to somebody else and they might have access to it, for example, say if someone gave you a paper wallet or the private key was published online. So this will prevent a thief from ever being able to spend the crypto associated with it, even if they have or ever get access to it. if the private key or paper wallet will be used again in the future, then you can keep it and sweep its contents again once more. Funds are safe. They also have an auto add token feature. So yeah, I mean, I literally just went into so much. I feel like I kind of jumped into everything, but yeah, that's a really awesome update as well. Also, speaking from Elastos, we have an early prototype of Trinity, the Elastos browser. It's here. You can run it on Android, iOS, Windows, and Mac OS. It includes the first Elastos dApp, the Elastos wallet. So you can watch the full demo here if you'd like. I will leave a link to this post. We also have the world premiere of PChain getting listed on Bibox, and I had a look at it, and it's not really doing any crazy movement right now. It's not really crazy pumping or anything like that. So for those of you that are interested, that are looking into PChain, I've covered them multiple times on my channel. I have a review from months ago if you guys are interested in looking into the technical inner workings of it, but it is now currently available on Bibox. If you guys want, I have links in my description for Bibox. You know, they're referral links. They help the channel out. Don't cost you a thing, but you don't have to use them if you don't want. Just wanted to let you guys know that. Also, breaking news, guys. EOS just sent $120 million worth of ETH to Bitfinex. No. Does this look like a face that's worried, guys? Listen, they're going to do what they're going to do with their funds, okay? They had a year-long ICO. We knew what we were getting into. We know that they're holding a ton of Ethereum, okay? We get it. So I think it'll be fine, even if there's a little bit of a dump. All right, so we might take a price hit, but you know what's probably going to end up happening? People are just going to scoop up that really, really cheap ETH, and then prices are just going to stabilize back to normal. So we need to just stop with all that FUD and get over it. It's fine. So here's another thing. So you have Vitalik. This is, by the way, this is a really great article. I will drop this. He goes into so many different things. He talks about the Bitcoin bubble, you know, basically saying how these projects, they can just basically start up out of nowhere, right? And create billion-dollar, you know, empires, right? And, you know, unfortunately, he kind of still continues his kind of poke over at Tron. You know, he still kind of has that issue with Justin Sun. He says there's projects that never had a soul. They are just like rah, price goes up. He flaps his long hands, Lambo, vroom, buy now. Then he blurts out a critique of the digital token Tron, breaking the tension by laughing uproariously. Yes. So he still has his kind of things going on with Tron. It's been a back and forth kind of between him and Justin Sun. But outside of all of that, I mean, really, who cares about that? This is a really good article, and I'm going to drop it anyway. You guys should definitely check it out. It goes into a whole bunch of stuff. Very, very interesting read. Really quickly, not going to get into this, but you do have Alchemint getting ready to go on sale June 12th. The sale is being conducted by the Leak ICO platform as well. If you guys don't know what Alchemint is, it's the stable coin for the Neo ecosystem, essentially. Look, it's like the Tether of Neo. Right? So you guys know I also love to drop really great resources for you. I came across this really awesome article on Medium from the Crypto Times, and it basically talks about 15 best resources to learn more about Bitcoin. So this is kind of for like newbies, or if you're just getting involved, or if you just want to educate yourself a little further. There's so many resources that they have here. They have the Bitcoin video, understanding blockchain, I'm not going to go into all this, but there's just all these different videos. Banking on Bitcoin. Now, that was a really great documentary. I really enjoyed that. Bitcoin's Final Boss, Jameson Lopes, Bitcoin Resources. Andreas, Bitcoin for Beginners. He's the man. I love watching Andreas Antonopoulos. He taught me so much. So I'll drop a link in the description if you guys are up for some education on the weekend. Why not? Now, we do have, unfortunately, Estonia having to roll back its plan to issue its national digital currency. So essentially, the Est coin, which is what they had a while ago, it was going to evolve into the official currency for the country's e-residency program. In the program, Est coin would serve as an incentive for foreigners who use Estonia's electronic identification to remotely sign documents and found companies. But currently, right now, they're saying that the Est coins will only be given as an impetus to the e-residents, saying, we agree in discussions with politicians that S-Coin will proceed as a means for transactions inside the e-resident community. Other options aren't on the table. We're not building a new currency. Now, what are you going to do? You know, you can't win them all. So whatever, that's fine. I mean, you're seeing these other countries. You know, you have Malta, you have the islands, these floating islands with the Vanier. What's that coin? Veyron. Damn, I can't remember the name. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So you have all these different companies that are doing what they're doing. And then also, check this out. So you have Italy. It says Italy has taken a step closer to mass blockchain adoption. So after months of uncertainty, Italy has agreed a coalition government. The new government may do more than settle markets, however, with plans to push Bitcoin technology. So the prime minister, yada, 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 basically got involved with all these people, not going to go into it. So you have this group, the M5S, they want to grow blockchain technology beyond its traditional world of finance to help streamline public services. So that's awesome news coming out of Italy. Then you have NASDAQ supporting Stellar in a move to enter the crypto world, which we spoke about this, so I'm not going to get into this too much. So that's really awesome adoption. As well, you have New York State legislator proposing the creation of a cryptocurrency task force that would study the potential effects of implementations of cryptocurrency on financial markets in the state of New York. Yeah, go New York. I love New York. I love New York. Sometimes it's a little expensive though in the city, but outside of that, I like New York. So additionally, the task force would be required to provide the number of digital currencies and exchanges, operating systems information, etc., etc. Basically, they would just review the laws and regulations, yada, yada, yada. So basically, that's what they're doing, guys. So that's coming out of that as well. And then also, you can't say that they're not talking about it when you're seeing things in the newspaper that say, wrapping your head around the blockchain, not easy. Rolling over your old 401k with TD Ameritrade, easier than you think. So, feeling a little threatened there, guys? Feeling a little threatened? I don't know. Could just be some playful fun. So that being said, guys, today's Saturday. Go outside. Enjoy the weather. If it's not nice, hang out with a friend. Have a tea party. Go bowling. Go watch a movie. Enjoy yourself, you know? It's not always about crypto, but I do appreciate the fact that you guys do come to my channel for all of this, and I love sharing these times with you. That being said, you guys are freaking awesome. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto, and peace out.